Hello, I'm Franklin Marshall III.
And this is Cyrus, and this is the podcast where we interview people with podcasts. Welcome to the Franklin and Cyrus podcast, episode 3 of season 3. We yet again have guests, all right? After 2 seasons of guestlessness, we got 3 in a row of guests. They're amazing. They're friends of ours, and we'll be meeting them in a little bit. But for now, Franklin, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you.
That's awesome. That's lovely. Anything you want to share with us right now?
Yeah, I'm just going to get right into it if that's okay, because I found out some interesting things.
I love it.
On my journey of adventure to knowledge.
That's great.
Orgasms can lower a woman's risk of heart disease, stroke, depression, and breast cancer. Looks like your dates are all going to die.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That's true.
You like that?
How many women are dying right now because you haven't had sex yet?
None, because I haven't had sex with any of them.
Yeah, and then they're dying because you're not sexing them.
Not because of me.
You're not sexing them.
No,
and now they're dying.
Like shrugging
Women
Drew's
are
cat.
dying because you're not sexing them.
No,
you're out here virginal because you hate women.
No, it's just orgasm.
You hate women and you want them to die. That's why you're not giving them orgasms.
No, it implies like if you're doing it with a lady, putting your penis in the thing, and then she's like, "Oh my God, it's so good," and she's faking it.
Yeah, well, no, I think she has to not fake it to live.
That's what I'm saying. They fake it with you.
How do you know?
I've talked to them.
You haven't talked to anyone.
There's a list.
You don't talk to
online.
anybody.
Yeah,
you don't even talk to me.
There's a list. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you want the next one?
Yeah, I want the next one actually.
Okay.
I like where this is going.
What if every time you blinked, you temporarily turned invisible?
I would love that.
It's kind of like Snapchat in real life.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like stories.
Here's what I would do. I would enter all the staring contests. Because once they blink, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Well, someone would also not know that you're disappearing.
Who would know what I'm disappearing?
Someone would be watching you, not blinking.
Yeah, and then I would win.
No, because someone would be like, oh, he disappeared, he blinked.
What's the point of winning a staring contest?
I don't know. What's the point of winning a stare contest, period? Like, that's not even a good contest to win. I can stare
What are you
for long.
talking about? It's a great contest to win.
What's the going to do?
Stare.
I can stare?
Stare, and
What's
then
that
if you
skill?
blink, you turn invisible,
Anyone,
you win.
Okay, so?
What do you mean, so?
Oh, I have a question. So if you close your eyes, are you invisible? Like, if I just close my eyes, would I be invisible?
Oh, so if you held them for a long time?
Yeah.
Well, that's a paradox. I don't know.
That's interesting as well. Like, at night, you just disappear.
I would imagine you're in limbo.
Yeah.
So you're like half invisible, half not. Maybe like half your body is.
That's confusing.
I would also go get my eyes done at those places in malls where they do your eyelashes?
No.
I would do that too.
How's that going to help?
She'd be freaked out because I'd blink when she's doing it. She'd be like, where'd it go?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like makeup, Sephora.
Yeah. No, I think it's not Sephora. Like, there's a lady in the middle of the mall and they just stringing you.
Yeah, Sephora.
No, Sephora's where they perfume you.
What's the difference?
The string's like a different thing. There's usually an Asian lady outside the Sephora. She has like a little cart, and she's stringing.
I trust the carts more.
I trust the carts more as well.
Yeah,
it's family business.
You gotta. I can see you looking at a question.
Yeah, I have something for you.
Okay.
Actually, something I think about. Actually,
This should be good.
do you ever think about how you could live a dinosaur's life, but a dinosaur could never live your life?
That's false.
That's wrong. You have no confidence in yourself. That's why you don't believe that.
No, a dinosaur could absolutely live my life.
How could
a
he?
dinosaur.
How could he use spreadsheets? How could he go to the grocery
with
store?
those little hands?
They couldn't even type. Yeah, they couldn't type with that.
What are you talking? And they had telepathy.
They didn't have telepathy. They just roared.
That's a scientific fact.
That's not a scientific fact.
Yeah, I read it on the fact
You just
app.
made that's another lie on the fact
No,
app.
dinosaurs had telepathy. They just
How could
figured
they have
it out.
telepathy?
What do you mean?
How do you even know there's telepathy? They have bones.
How do people have hands? I don't know. They just
They
do.
have hands. There's bones and there's a hand.
Yeah,
You
and-
can't be looking at
and-
a skeleton like, oh, there's telepathy
No,
there.
telepathy. And I'd be a great dinosaur. I'd be a velociraptor.
That's what I'm saying. You could be a dinosaur, but a dinosaur couldn't be Franklin.
Absolutely, they could.
He couldn't even
They
wear
would
those
be a
glasses.
better Franklin
How
than
could a
I'm
dinosaur even
Franklin.
wear those glasses? How could he put on suspenders
What
with
are you
those little
talking
hands?
about? Very big suspenders.
He has little hands. How you gonna put his suspenders on?
Very
Imagine
carefully.
T-Rex arms put those. You couldn't do that.
They would call them
They don't even
pickup
have thumbs.
sleeves.
They don't have thumbs.
What do you mean they don't have thumbs?
They don't have thumbs.
They have claws.
Yeah,
That's better than
that's not a thumb.
That's better than a thumb.
How is it better than a thumb?
That's better because you can claw things.
Okay,
Like, oh,
where were their
I can't
wheels?
open this package. Opened it now.
Okay,
You
but
know,
they
like
couldn't
those
make a wheel.
packages with the scissors in them, and you can't open it.
Okay.
I would have a claw and boom, open.
Well, you could just have a long nail. You could do that today.
No, I don't have. Nails can't do that. They're not strong enough.
Yeah, if you drink your milk.
This is just stupid question.
No, this is you don't have a vision. You know?
Are you gonna go another one? You want mine?
You do yours actually.
Yeah. All right. Cool. If you could start your own species, what do you think they would look like, and what planet are they living on? Sidebar: are aliens racist?
I think there's some aliens that are racist and some that aren't.
Why did you go to that question first and not the first question first?
I kind of didn't hear the first question first, honestly.
All right, if you could start your own species, what would they look like and what planet are they living on?
I would give dolphins thumbs. They would be like on an ocean planet.
What?
Like dolphin aliens.
Just thumbs, no arms?
They'd figure it out.
So little thumbs out of their fins?
I mean, they could use their
How big
they could
are
use
the
hands.
thumbs?
Enough to like work a cell phone. You know.
So that'd be a tiny thumb?
Yeah.
So dolphins with the tiny thumb?
Yeah, they could do hand things.
I think you're ruining the species at that point.
Well, they can make things. That's the problem with dolphins. They can't make anything.
What are you talking about? If they have arms and full hands, they can make things, but not with the thumb.
Okay. They can make things with their arm hands, whatever, flippers.
I'll accept the answer, but
What's your answer? You're very negative on my answer. What did you come up with when you're writing this?
I would create the best of all animals. So you have the shark fin, because that's like really good for.
Only in water, but okay, yeah. Keep going.
It's good for out of water.
Okay, just keep going.
All right, and then for feet, I would have frog feet.
Okay.
You know, because you could stick to walls, and I would have a frog tongue, and then I would have spider arms. So I like 20 arms, and then my whole body would be like a bear, but not like any bear, like a polar bear.
Okay.
You know, because I'd be white with black arms and frog feet and a tongue that go. I would get so much pussy.
No, you wouldn't.
What
You
are you
would get an abomination.
Every pussy loves a long tongue.
Okay, but they don't like bear arms with spider legs.
What are you talking about? Every girl's like, I want a bear, I want a bear. You see them with the teddy bears.
First of all, those are gay men, not women. They
Well,
want
same
bears.
thing, you know.
Fair enough.
2023.
It's 2023. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just fact checking you.
All right. You want another one?
I have one for you, actually.
Okay.
There's a statue in Russia honoring the lives of laboratory mice that have died for the pursuit of science.
Okay.
Do you think there should be a statue dedicated to all the turtles that have lost their dignity because you jerk off to turtle photos?
Absolutely should be statues of turtles.
Okay.
But what's a statue of turtle?
It's a statue of turtle honoring the turtles that lost their dignity because you jerk off to photos of turtles.
So what's the stone say?
They'd be like, this is in honor of all the turtles who lost their dignity because Franklin Marshall likes to jerk off to turtles.
Well, I'd be famous, so I would agree to that.
Yeah.
But I would like to footnote it by saying Cyrus made this up.
Okay.
You know, this is fake. You know this, and then I would want Civil War reenactments of that whole scenario. So
Okay.
like every summer we do like a whole turtle war scenario of me like just plummeting turtles would come. And then I'm riding a turtle, and I'm just coming everybody, and they're just getting stuck to walls.
Yeah.
You know, and then I would suffocate them in the pond. It's like, yeah, it'd be great.
Will you kill the turtles now?
No, it's BD. What is it? TBDSM, turtle, and then the rest of the acronym.
Okay, but so you're on board with this?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be? I love turtles.
I'm like, okay.
An Iowa man was arrested for masturbating, then leaving a come and go mark.
I saw this story.
Yeah, where's the lie?
You know what?
Where's the lie?
The instructions
he
were,
did
yeah.
exactly what
He's
what
innocent.
The
He's
store
innocent.
said.
Yeah, he
came and he went.
It was an honest mistake.
How could you? It's
Yeah, the law is meant to lock up criminals.
injustice.
Yeah, not punish people for making honest
Yes,
mistakes.
injustice. We live in an injustice America.
Yeah, there's been way worse cum shots done and that have gone unpunished.
All right. Do you have another?
Oh yeah, I got plenty.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, this is a good one. Valentine's Day. I think when this release is going to be around Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I just want to put out some ideas for anyone who has a loved one.
Yeah,
There's some alternative Valentine's Day activities because you know what. I don't know if you've been to the restaurant during Valentine's Day. It's
No.
packed. They have these weird It's not
I
fun.
don't leave the house.
Here's a great Valentine's Day activity. Get in a bar fight with a loved one, right? You and your partner. It's a team activity.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of like animal lust. Like maybe your relationship's dying in the bedroom. You go fight someone together. There's like a lot of animal lust that comes together.
Yeah.
Could re-spark a relationship. Primal activities.
So fighting.
Fight another couple, yeah.
But I can't fight anything.
Well, you need a girl first. So this is just for other people watching
I've been tickling a lot of ball sacks.
Maybe that could be a thing that could.
You damn right it'd be.
Your girl would like seeing that.
No, I would. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you have a very open-minded female would probably want to date you.
A lot of things be open at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Cryptid hunting, that could be fun.
What?
Cryptids, they're like Sasquatch, the chupacabra,
Bitcoin?
Bigfoot. Cryptid. They're called like Bigfoot.
Okay.
Sasquatch, they're called cryptids.
Yeah, I know them.
Cryptid hunting, it's like a
We're
team
very good
activity.
friends.
Like you're out in the woods. It's a moonlit night. You're trying to find something.
Yeah.
A lot of opportunities for romance.
Why don't we just hunt people?
You could do that too. That goes back to the first one, fighting. Yeah.
If you were a gladiator, what weapon would you choose in the arena?
I'd want the net and the spear just to be different.
The net and the spear?
Yeah.
That's silly. That's a one-time thing.
I mean, clearly it's not. It was a.
No, that's a one-time
That's
thing.
because you're
Boom.
educated on gladiators. So you don't
I'm
know.
very educated. I bring a whip.
That wasn't even a gladiator weapon.
Yeah, it was.
That was a different era.
Nobody picked it.
No,
And
it
I
wasn't
start whipping because nobody could come close to me. Whoopsh, whoopsh.
You want to do that? It's gonna throw a knife at you.
No, some people would enjoy it.
Yeah, but
And
those.
then I'll win by default.
Yeah, then you know what? You guys would be off doing your little BDSM turtle magic.
No.
And someone's gonna just stab you in the
Great
back because
escape
you're
plan.
gonna be too
Have you seen
aroused.
Indiana Jones? Escape plan.
You know what he used Indiana Jones? A gun. That's what he used.
Yeah.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
For Valentine's Day. Explore the Bermuda Triangle.
Will
You know what? Nothing's happened for the Bermuda Triangle in a while. It could be good to explore there.
Can I tag on that?
Yeah, tag on.
Is climate change transphobic?
Well, go on.
What do I have to go on about?
Why would it be transphobic?
That's what I'm asking you.
I think it's all right.
You
Are you
think
trying to
so?
cancel climate change? Is that what you're trying to do?
No,
This is what you're going. Well, sure, let it not.
no, it's like you're changing, right?
Yeah.
The climate, and people who transition are changing.
You know what I would say? Being anti-climate change, that might
Maybe
be
it should
transphobic.
be called
yeah,
trans climate.
yeah. And then you're against climate change. You're being transphobic.
Yes, trans climate.
Yeah,
Let's
it's-
be politically correct
Yeah.
here. Trans climate.
Yeah.
I'm for trans climate.
Yeah.
I support it.
I support it too.
All right.
If the climate can change, people can change. We can all change.
Do you think you could survive buried in a coffin?
No, you definitely die. Do you think you
No.
could survive?
Ryan Reynolds survived it.
When? In a movie?
Yeah. Movies are real, so what's your problem?
I mean, what could you mean? Could I escape or could I live there forever? What's your angle here?
No, like, could you survive buried in a coffin?
Oh, so could I climb out if I was buried?
Well, until you're dead, could you survive?
I mean, I could die in the coffin. Yeah.
Like, could you break out?
No.
Yeah,
You can't break out of this chair almost.
I could.
You struggle to move in and
What are
out.
you talking about? I told you I could beat anything.
You can be. You just said ball tickling. You can't ball tickle the dirt. That's not gonna help you get
I'm
out
not
of
gonna
a
ball
thing.
tickle the dirt.
What are you gonna do? What's your plan?
Little of this, take out the screws.
So you're
of
gonna
the
ball
coffin.
tickle the coffin to get you out?
It's not a ball tickle, it's a tickle. It's a screw tickle.
Yeah, that's a horrible strategy. You get
All
buried
right,
alive.
last one, okay?
All right.
Grand Theft Auto 6 fan claims to have quit smoking so he can be healthy enough to play the game when it comes out. Now before you say anything, I read another fact that says sitting in a chair for 2 hours is as harmful as smoking a cigarette. This guy's fucked.
Yeah, he's double fucked.
Like, he's double fucked. He thinks, oh, I'm going to be so healthy playing this game. And he's going right back to smoking cigarettes.
I think you should just go all the way and just start doing meth.
I think he just bury himself in a coffin.
I think you should just do some fentanyl.
What's
Finish
that?
finish the deal.
What's that?
It's a drug that just kills you.
Isn't that like, I don't know.
This one's like really fast.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think. You know what? Let's bring the guests on.
Yeah, all right.
We have not one, but two guests tonight for you guys. They're friends of ours. Actually, these two gentlemen, they're accomplished in their own right, but they also have a podcast together called the Paint the Town Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And their podcast was the first time Franklin and I ever were filmed together on a podcast. So they have a very special place in our hearts.
That's true.
First guest, he is a talented street art OG, teacher of the piece. Teacher?
Wow, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And our second guest, he is a talented as well DJ called Shenanigans. He's also a member of the Paint Town podcast. He's also an all-around great guy. Give it up for James Shen.
Thank you. Thank you. Very happy to be here. Good to see you guys, man.
Yeah.
You're clapping for yourself?
Yeah, I found that a little.
I like that.
I saw that too.
I thought this was just. Some people are just listening to audio. You know what I mean? You guys kind of outed me.
Oh,
right
so
there.
you think that like 5 instead of 4 is?
I don't know. I was just trying to do it fast.
Five's the magic number. Take it over the top. Well, it's great to see you guys.
Yeah, man. It's awesome
thank you for joining.
to be here live, man. I'm always seeing such high quality content from you guys on Instagram coming out. It's great to be here in the actual studio that the magic is made. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
It's definitely inspiring to see this, because we've been thinking about doing that more. I mean, when the pandemic, when we started, we were going to everyone's studio.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic hit, and then we started doing 2 a week because it was so easy. Everyone was there.
Yeah.
And so then we were eventually going to get back to going to the studios, but it's just so easy to just
Just do it on Zoom a lot of times, you know. And
Yeah.
plus on Zoom, we're kind of not limited to local guests, right? We can have guests from around the world. I mean, we have guests from Australia, Asia, Europe. So it's just like really awesome to connect with people. But there is something different about actually being inside the studio with the guests, You kind of get to feel their energy a little bit. And, I think it's just...
I've gotten to do that pretty well on Zoom, though. And I've noticed that even more so on the drive over here tonight because, oh my God, dude.
You just feel energy zooming to you?
I think, if we're doing another town, I'm totally cool with, going to someone's studio or something like that. But, dude, here in LA, I mean, I keep a fork in my truck. And, if I'm in a traffic situation, I'll kind of dig it into my leg, But I turned my damn leg into hamburger meat getting over here tonight, man.
Man, I know. I mean...
How much is that for staying awake? How much of it is like sexual pleasure for you?
It depends on what time of the month it is.
No, I like that.
Where the
Seasonal.
moon is and everything.
Yeah, the stars.
Seasonal.
Yes,
I love that.
absolutely.
I like your podcast a lot. I've watched a couple of...
I love it.
Thank you.
My favorite guest you had, I believe, was Kook.
Oh, man, love that guy.
Yeah.
Just talking about it.
I think what I really like the best, and correct if I got the wrong guy, but I believe he had a problem with heroin for some point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how he was so willing to just
Yeah.
Delve
talk
into
about
it.
it.
My favorite part about his whole story is like he talks like the first time I did it, you expecting like some I'm in a warehouse. It's a grungy thing. It's like no, I was recording a commercial. This guy just had heroin, and that's how I started my life's downfall. It's like, bro, you're just shooting a commercial, and you just decided to do heroin, and then you become an addict. Like what the hell?
You know what? I think that's most people's concept of it because of what it does to people.
Yeah.
They look at what it does to people, and that's maybe how they see people doing it, like with a spoon and syringe and stuff like that. But there's a few different ways of.
That's like the later
consuming
on
it.
years when when you're just sniffing it, it like doesn't affect you like it normally does. Now you gotta like inject it inside your blood off a spoon, basically.
He was like doing jingles.
They're driving him crazy, man.
Wonder where all that creativity and energy came from, man.
Yeah, it's like
Well, dude, I mean, a lot of the, Disney and Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, for sure.
dude, acid and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys didn't just come up with that after having a beer and some cigarettes.
Yeah. That's one of the problems with fentanyl as well. No one's making any art off fentanyl. That's one of the problems. Who's ever like, yeah, I did some fentanyl and I made this great song.
Postmortem.
yeah. Like crack. Whitney Houston got a Grammy from doing crack. Like that's impressive. Like Hanna-Barbera, acid.
Yeah.
You know how many millions have been made of coke in Wall Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People's, have succeeded on those drugs. But fentanyl, that's how you know it's a bad drug.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. They have like fentanyl and lollipops, right? Or something like
that
that.
what they're doing?
Last time I was listening to Kurt Angle, remember that WWE guy?
Yeah.
And he was talking about how basically he got hooked on that stuff. And I could just just imagine him just like sucking on these fentanyl lollipops. WWE wrestler, you know what I mean? But
now I understand why Telly Savalas was always having that just keen into it, like always catching the perfect vibe look on his face, because dude always had a lollipop in his fucking hand.
What a fucking reference.
Kojak.
Telly
Kojak.
Savalas.
Telly Savalas was Kojak.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean I know who Telly Savalas.
I know Kojak is.
And I point to the bald guy. I mean,
There was a show called Combat in black and white in the 1960s. That's what Telly Savalas was on.
No, dude, it was on Kojak, and Kojak was color.
Okay. In the early days of color.
Well,
I feel like
Technicolor. It's still color, you know?
But yeah, man, I'm glad you like that.
I thought it was premium content, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought it was as well.
Yeah.
Premium classic content.
I'm on your side.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. Do you watch like premium turtle content, Franklin, or like?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like there's actually not that many famous turtle cartoons. I was thinking about like there's only.
I
like,
don't watch the fake stuff. I watch the real turtle stuff.
what about the I know what. Oh, dude,
the Galapagos stuff, basically, like the
Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is that like
the
your
originals, the Dondas one, because they look like real turtles.
I remember that one, the one that was actually like the real life one,
I
right?
used to have a life-size one that we would sleep together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
How sticky is that thing?
He said yes, I said no. He said no, I said yes. We got into a whole consent thing.
I feel like you're like a Michelangelo guy.
Oh, thank you.
Which was your
He was a
favorite?
great painter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which one was your Ninja Turtle? Did you like?
Like a Donatello?
I was going to say Donatello.
Yeah,
I like
Donatello.
Donatello. Yeah.
I was giving him too much credit, I guess. Yeah,
think
maybe
Donatello-
Donatello.
Oh, okay, wait a second. Cyrus, how old are you?
38.
Okay, I'm 54. James is 40.
1981. I do the math.
Well, you're always like, you're going to be one age the rest of your life. But somehow we know the Mutant Ninja Turtles' names is my point.
Yeah,
How do we know their names?
They're Ninja Turtles, but they're also Renaissance painters.
Well, I'm 40.
Artists.
I'm 40 too.
I guess that's why I remember it, yeah.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm sorry. Can we,
I remember.
before we go any further, I need to ask you
Got the
something.
OJ gloves? Someone getting murdered?
Teach just pulled out some black.
Franklin, I need to tell you
vinyl
something, and I
gloves
need
out
to
of
ask
his,
you something, okay?
Yeah. Should I
And I
bend
need you to
over
be
and
honest.
cough?
Hey, listen, I don't want you to worry about hurting my feelings.
Okay.
I'm not going to get angry.
Okay.
I'm not going to, cut you or,
Yeah. No,
chop you up or anything
The
like
glove
that.
fits, so we can't acquit. If something happens here. There's video of the gloves fitting.
Well, they're a little small. Okay, so, since I met you, dude, you've been a very big inspiration to me.
Really?
And you remember that button that you and Cyrus gave me, and you going, teach peace, street art, and then I keep that on my desk, and actually right next to my bed now, and every night before I go to bed or before I go to sleep, I just reach over and I just push the button,
Yeah.
And
I understand.
There's also a sticker that's on my bed.
Yeah. Where's
And
the
right
sticker?
before I touch the button, I look at the sticker of you.
Uh-huh.
So, what I'm wanting to know is,
Yeah.
do you have something like that somewhere for, about me?
Yeah, I do.
Just the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah, no, I do. Actually, the only stickers I have on my is that a sexual thing or is that that's a physical hurt thing, right?
What are you talking about?
Nah, nothing. Actually,
Sometimes I can't. I mean, I don't pay attention to what
tell-
my hands do.
I'll
Like
tell-
I'm trying to concentrate and.
Me either. No, the only street artist that
Get back to the thing that
yeah,
you're talking about.
you're the only artist that I have any stickers of or any
do you-
pictures
do you,
of, and they're all on my desk. They're all
you
on
see
my
them every
computer.
day?
Yeah, absolutely. They're literally on my desk.
Do you think about me
that I
before you
type.
go to sleep at night?
I think about you right now and
Do
before
you?
I go to sleep. And when I wake
Look
up.
at me in the eyes.
And before
Look
I
me in
pee.
the eyes.
I think about you every day.
Jesus, what is this?
I really do think about you every day in a non-sexual way. In a sexual way. which way do you want it to be?
You might be embarrassed to say this, but actually Franklin has a turtle with your face on it.
No, I gotta be honest. A teacher, and we've spoke about this before. You're my number one person I respect in this industry, and I mean that because of all the art and how long we've known each other and how long I've known your art.
That warms my heart that you actually told me the truth.
No, but that is the truth. That is the truth. That's why I've kept in touch with you. How many other street artists do I talk to?
I don't know.
You can't name one because I don't.
I don't know. How many?
He doesn't. I can confirm no one.
No,
Are you sure?
He doesn't even talk to me. I don't think he talks to anybody. I think he's going to cocoon.
You're absolutely sure.
Yeah.
No.
Prove
it? Yeah.
You want?
I'll bend over and cough.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
I'm good. Okay, we can move on.
Oh, okay. I was kind of into it, but
I know you got turned on. I can see how
I know.
you're sitting differently
For
now.
Mr. Teach Piece, you're coming in hot with a lot of weapons.
Now, you know what? Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. You know, a lot of times, and I've actually changed it now. You know, I've got the Learn Teach Piece 6-pointed star.
I like that.
Yeah, I like
that I
that.
figured that Jewish people might enjoy better than the cross that had Teach Piece.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
It's
you know what I
very
mean?
inclusive of you.
Yes,
Yeah.
more inclusive.
Yeah.
People would always ask, you know, because sometimes people would see the dark side of me, and I thought you were like Teach Peace, you know?
Yeah.
Like, well, there's all kinds of peace.
Some restrictions apply.
is very used to like rest in peace.
Yeah.
You know, just like there's all kinds of love. You know, all you need is the right kind of love. That, you know, that's a thing that I was putting around for a long time, and people would come up and like, okay, so what is the right kind of love?
Turtle love.
Well, if you're Franklin, then yeah. But I would tell them, you know, I'd say, well, you know, I don't know for you, because I don't know you.
So
But if you would like to tell me, then I would know, and we could go from there, and that'd be the great way to learn how to communicate.
So what do you think like the coolest crime you could commit would be?
Me,
Yeah,
personally?
like the coolest crime.
The coolest crime.
Yeah, something really cool.
Probably up near the North Pole
Yeah.
during
Nice.
winter.
I like that.
I like this.
You should rob Santa Claus.
Yeah, kill Santa Claus.
Dude, great minds. I mean, that's
Yeah.
right where I was going to go, because
Yeah.
that would be nice and cool up there.
Yeah.
Maybe eat him too.
Yeah. And you can lead a revolt.
And don't you know, I
Yeah.
mean, he's got, you know, like his security is just going to be these little
Just those
dwarfs,
securities,
you
yeah.
know? It's
You
like,
could kick him.
You could lead
I
a
can take
revolt.
on about 30 or 40 of those little guys,
You could-
especially with my utensils.
Yeah, you could tell they're not well paid. You could lead a revolt.
Yeah.
There's no way they're getting paid properly up there.
And,
And
then
we would,
you'd
you know,
be the one
plenty of
teaching the
food for a long
piece.
time,
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
just got all those bodies after I'm done with
I
them.
think
to-
we figured out.
All
a
that
good
reindeer
plan.
meat.
Yeah. Oh man, I love me.
Would you
some-
try
some
reindeer
venison.
meat,
think
man? I
that-
feel
I would
like
love
That
reindeer meat,
sounds
actually.
I feel
good.
like
Yeah,
I would
eat
try
it.
it, man. There's
I'd
like
eat some dwarf too.
Yeah.
They're animals, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's parts of the human that are actually not only edible but and consume, you know, assimilated by your body. They're actually kind of tasty.
Like what?
Toenails.
Brains,
You ever-
your fat on your ass.
Is fat ass tasty?
Yeah, the ass, the fat on your ass.
Is that why all the girls do the things with the butts?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like ice spice. Is that really a term of the flavor of her butt?
It could be.
Like a Starbucks drink, but for butts.
Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be hot right
Is
now.
that like an injectable?
I don't know. I've never really seen her. I just heard her
So I'd like
name.
to check into that.
You could check together.
Ice Spice is a rapper with a Ronald McDonald wig.
But it looks good on her. She rocks it, actually. She rocks it. Surprisingly well. It's surprisingly attractive.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I'm just.
Keep an open mind.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, you know.
You know what, James? I have a
To each
question.
their own,
I have
man.
I have a question for you, James. We were
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
drugs
yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
You know, you're a DJ. Went to a shows was very great.
Thank you
So-
for your support.
I always think it's very unique, especially EDM DJs. It's probably one of the few artists who are performing to people, to an audience that's like 90% fucked up. What is that like? You look at everyone's just tripping balls while you're
Yeah.
performing.
You know what,
Right.
man?
Yeah, I've never really thought of it that way.
I really want to make music that makes people trip balls even more. That's kind of like my basis of like when I think about making music, man. Like, how can I make them feel even more fucked up. Like normally,
dude, just mentioning that now it just helped me to understand that in a whole different way, because people are bearing their soul to you and kind of counting on you to make a nice pathway for them.
I mean, I never really thought about as bearing their soul when they're fucked up, but I guess you're right.
Yeah,
you know,
dude, how much more can you get?
No, but I mean, like,
It's like a
whenever I want to, if I'm on drugs and I'm at a show, I want the DJ to play something that's gonna enhance my drugs, right? It's just like, kind of like, think about it from a layman's terms, like, you know, smoking weed when you listen to reggae, you feel like more like I don't know, more high, a little bit more jovial, I think, right? So, you know, there's different music for different settings, right? So I think like, you know, time and place, basically. But that's a good question, man. I never thought about that.
Because always a lot like, because if you go to see, like, I'm gonna go like the Shrine to see like somebody, like that's like, I like this artist, I want this guy to play these songs, I want it to be like, that's like more of like, I want him to take me on a journey. But like, I feel like if you go to like a random warehouse party and you don't know the people, it's more like, I just want a soundtrack to my drug bender. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure, man. I mean, you know, the warehouse parties are definitely pretty popular right now, and it's not every single place you can just like crawl in the corner and like be fucked up and nobody will bother you. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like, you know, if you're going to the Shrine, if you're like, you know, just losing your mind, you know, in the corner, like there might be a security guard that comes up to you and be like, "Hey, buddy, you okay?
You gotta leave.
You know, you gotta leave." Out here. You know, but if you're at one of these dingy warehouse parties,
you can do anything.
You could just sit in the corner, and people might just, you know.
Well, does the same thing apply? Like, have you ever done a bar mitzvah or a bar mitzvah?
Man, I've never been cool enough to be invited by a.
But like, would you enact that same strategy at like a 16-year-old sweet 16?
Yeah, maybe spike the punch.
Yeah, did they drink at those? I'm just wondering.
Dude, these days kids are getting on the shit like when they're like 13 or 14.
Yeah, they take fentanyl actually.
I mean, both my son and my daughter are already dealing at school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you know, when
How
I busted them.
profitable are they being?
Yeah, how they profitable?
Well, dude, you know, when I first noticed it, you know, granted, you know, if it was my dad, he would have beat the shit out of me, and you know, whatever. But you know, I noticed the profitability out of it, and
You're like, great.
yeah. My kids are entrepreneurs.
Pick that shit back up.
This is
you know,
economic
it's expensive living out here, you know.
Yeah.
So
Time to pull your goddamn weight.
wife lost her fucking mind though. She was like, "What are you fucking talking about?" I'm like, "Sweetie, hey, you know, like." Do you know how much money they can make doing this? let's reserve our, you know, our decisions before we just look at the whole picture here, you know? And we got to get it while it's hot. You know, they're going to be all burnt out by the time they're like 15 or 16, you know? You would be going to younger kids than that, get the better deals. So, you know, so I figure, you know.
Just get out of the system early, you know?
Well, that's what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you know?
Start that college fund.
Yeah.
I would have been a lot further along in life if I had gotten it out of my system sooner.
Yeah. You could have, like, take the profits, invest in real estate. They could launder the money.
Anything.
Yeah.
Fucking, I would have been a lot further along in life, you know?
Yeah.
You're not 18 yet, kid.
Buy a car wash. I seen it on TV.
Yeah. Seed money.
Yeah.
They're angel investing.
Dude, no, it's more money than that. Like,
Really?
especially Georgie, she is just
Are your kids drug kingpins?
talk about. Well, she's pretty also.
Yeah.
So like, kids will go out there, especially boys. You know, a lot of girls too in these days. You know.
Yeah.
And what are the other pronouns? I don't want to.
You you included them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like.
All the
All the,
things.
Yeah,
like,
we all
they
things.
all like her,
Yeah.
you know. My son's a good-looking kid and everything, but
Shout out to her being inclusive and selling to everyone. That's very progressive of her.
dude, I almost forgot about that. I'm 54, and so for someone like me, it's it's not second nature. It's it's like
no, that's great.
Right, there's something I should be doing right now while I'm talking.
Yeah.
If more than one
I'm
person
same
can hear
way.
me,
Yeah.
and if it's gonna be a bunch of people, then oh fuck, man, I gotta be really careful what you say these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rules are changing,
It's
man. I
yeah,
had
I-
somebody say "girl" to me the other day, and I had to stop them. I'm like, "Hey, are you saying that as an expression, or are you calling me girl? Because I'm just curious."
And
then,
dude, if they did that in front of somebody, you got to make sure you deal with that situation correctly, or those people watching the situation are gonna get upset.
well, hold
Like
on.
they're
so,
not even, you don't even know them, and they're.
So I asked, I was like, "Is this an expression, or are you calling me a girl?" I'm just need to clarify. You know what I mean? And then she told me that I was really showing my age because us guys have been calling chicks dude for the longest time. So even if she was calling me girl, it would be okay. But it was actually an expression. So
Well,
go figure, man.
I had a weird thing.
Well, in that case, it's not right then, right? Or is it?
Well, no, I mean, they're just giving it back, I guess. You know, giving it back is okay these days, right?
Fuck, man. I'm going to have to hire somebody to you know,
Like
come
a little
around with me. Or not
less-
come around with me.
Like a little assistant who's, hey, that's not the best thing to
Yes.
say this. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
Dude, I
keep up
grew
with
up
the
in
lingo,
Destin,
too.
Florida. I'm sorry?
You got to keep up with the lingo too, you know.
I think just say you're from Florida. I think that's like, hey, I'm from Florida, and I think that'll
Destin,
Say
Florida,
I'm an
man.
alien.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean, redneck Riviera.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was listening to Eddie, you know, Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
That's my
growing
man.
up, and
Me too.
you know, like Delirious.
Me too.
I was just listening to that the other night,
Sorry, I didn't mean
actually,
to
and
touch you.
thinking to
He
myself,
likes to be touch him.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Delirious would
I
not
just-
fly these
I
days.
just saw-
Neither would Raw. I mean, Raw wasn't a whole lot different, you know, but
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
grief, man. Just the way.
How
he
do
was
you guys not get canceled? I mean, are you guys
Well,
concerned
we're-
about that at all?
Well, I'll
Like,
bring this up.
Yeah.
I saw on a dating app that this girl's name was Nigar. And I said, well, I could never take this girl to Starbucks. Like, where am I going?
Yeah. What are you gonna put on her cup?
Yeah, hey, here are my parents. This is my girlfriend. You know, like what are you gonna do with that? But I had a question for you before
Yeah.
I forget. Well, it's more like a thing. Did you know this?
Sure.
More songs have been written by banana than any other fruit, and the clusters of banana is called a hand. A single banana is called a finger, and these bananas have museums in Belgium. Have you ever written a song about a banana?
Man, I can't say I have.
Don't you think we could like collaborate? Like you do it, and I go banana. You know,
Dude, you gotta do a collaboration
I
with
don't see
Actually,
why not. I
legitimately
mean,
good idea.
yeah.
you know, there's
Oh my
songs about
God.
tequila, and tequila and banana are like the
tequila's
same
old school,
syllables.
yeah.
So,
You know, my
like,
son was asking me actually. Was this night before last? Yeah, as if has anyone done any raps like with comedy?
Oh
There's a
yeah,
couple.
like
Yeah.
oh
There's
yeah,
some
like
out
the
there.
I mean,
Lonely
Lil
Boys.
No, but
Dicky?
like a jamming one, like you know, like an Eminem type level of a
yeah, I would say that.
words and
Island-
beat and
Little
and-
Dicky.
Yeah, the Island Boys or whatever, those guys.
Yeah, the Lonely.
Yeah, Lonely Island.
You know, those guys started like making out with each other.
Oh, that's so depressing. Like, get a job. Like, honestly, bro, like these guys.
No, I just see
What? Nah.
abuse, man. Like,
Yeah.
there's
The
these
Island
guys-
Boys. What is that? I
There's
don't
these
even
two
know.
guys. I think they're like twins or brothers or something.
let's
like
not go
that, but
down- this is a dark
that's
path. Let's not go down
long
this road.
story. They're just influencers.
Influencers who basically went gay for pay. It's like,
Yeah.
just get a job. Like, work at
Yeah, it's
Home
pretty
Depot.
crazy.
Well,
But
Let's not give them any more
Yeah.
exposure or attention, then, please.
What about DJs wearing all the masks?
oh man,
I see all these DJs. They wear masks. What are they hiding? You know, are they hiding the music lock? Are they hiding their emotions?
Maybe they're opening.
you know
up
my
their
favorite
insides.
one recently.
You think so? Is the music expression of their insides?
Dude, it's-
Are
Well,
they
yeah,
just-
but if they're putting
are
on a
they
mask
fucking
on, and that
ugly?
mask
Like, what's
is
go-
a decorative mask,
Yeah.
then you know it's an expression of.
I think it started off with you know,
Sorry, Dead Mouse was first.
no Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
see,
That's
dude,
right,
we both said at the same
Who's,
time.
Daft
who's
Punk,
dead
right? And
now? You
Daft
got
Punk.
dead
And then
rat?
before Daft
pretty
Punk,
much.
there was kind of like Kraftwerk doing the "We Are the Robots" type of kind of shtick,
Yeah.
right? So it was kind of an ode to that.
But didn't
for-
Daft Punk take their fucking mask off?
well, Daft
No.
Oh,
not
did
really,
they?
but
Yes,
they
they did.
did break up. They had different masks, but then Dead Mouse kind of like did it as an ode to Daft Punk. So I think you have to kind of always reference your previous people. But nowadays, I mean, the most recent one I seen like a pickle. Okay,
more
son,
second.
you know what I
Pickle?
mean?
What do you mean a pickle?
No, like a guy that has a pickle head, like you know what I mean, like DJing, man, like
They need to put a moratorium on masks.
I would be a turtle.
Did it have
we
eyes
know.
or
We know.
anything, or was it
We
just
know,
straight just a?
yeah, it has a face on it. I mean, yeah, you know,
Okay, well that's at least a little bit because when you said a pickle, just like a
It's not good. It's not good. It's like it's clearly like some executive at an AR is like pickles are hot. put a guy to pickle mess behind the booth.
You know what it is?
I trust you, Cyrus. I appreciate you giving me your opinion because that is enough for me not to even bother checking it out.
Yeah. You don't want to check this out.
Producers are just lazy people, and they're like, you know what? I don't want to go out there and DJ and have to travel and do all that work. I'll just, there's a guy that wants to stand up there in a mask, and I don't have to pay him as much. And then I can just send him to do all the DJing.
Smart.
And I'll write him all the songs. I mean, that's literally what's going on these days inside. Once Marshmello. See, the thing about Marshmello, you know who Marshmello is? He has a marshmallow on his head.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was a DJ.
Dude, you have to understand. I'm like, the past year and a half, I've basically been in a fucking cave.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
what
if one day they had a Franklin, head as a DJ? I mean, wouldn't that be awesome?
I would commend that individual.
That would be
I wouldn't listen to the music, but I would say, go for it.
Keep going.
Go for it.
Keep
You know?
wearing the
Have
mask.
you guys ever dreamed about being a DJ, or is this just kind of because I feel like it's a popular dream for these maybe younger kids these days.
I've made
man.
a mixtape on a cassette tape before.
That's where I started off, man. When I started off, DJs weren't really famous people, man. They were just kind of people who either they worked at radio stations or they worked at clubs, and they weren't even the center of attention at nightclubs, right? They were just kind of the side guy that picked the music. They're weird people.
And then slowly they got more and more.
And then slowly, I don't know, somehow
The worst is the Goldman Sachs CEO. Is a
Oh,
DJ.
man.
That is crazy. The CEO he had to quit recently.
He had to quit DJing basically because his profits weren't very good. But yeah, the Goldman Sachs DJ, and he was like, "Oh, I was always a DJ, man.
No,
I was always a DJ for 20 years. You get a couple ghost producers, and then all of a sudden this guy's DJing in Lollapalooza. I mean, he's basically opening festivals because Goldman Sachs is probably doing the insurance for these festivals. You know what I mean?
Do you think Shaq's the greatest DJ of all
You know
time?
what? Shaq has been doing music since the 90s, man.
Yeah,
and I will
Shaq's
give
legit.
Shaq nothing but respect. I mean,
love that guy.
I've seen Shaq DJ in Vegas.
Especially if you happen to see him in person, you'd be like, oh, shit. Man.
You have a choice not to love him.
I like Shaq's attitude. He seems like he's always out for having fun, man.
yo.
He's a big dude. He's a big kid, man. And I feel like, he's doing what he likes, man. And I don't want to hate on anybody enjoying themselves. And
I do. No. Well, I have a question for you. So, in the news, all this stuff, metaverse. Would you ever do street art in the metaverse?
No.
Oh, man.
Old school, man.
Yeah. Well,
1969, top to bottom.
That's what. Do you have a feeling
Where did I get that from?
in here?
It's yours now.
Oh, I know. I remember. Robert Downey Jr., Tropic Thunder.
Oh, great
Remember
movie.
when he did the...
Great
oh, man.
movie.
Yeah.
That movie couldn't be made today.
No.
No. That's about the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't make comedies anymore, man. I mean, remember the comedic movie that you go out with your buddies?
They've
and then you
rejected
watch
all our ideas.
No, yeah. Let me tell you, yeah. They won't even answer our calls.
Well, do you notice? Sometimes I feel like I've noticed the street art has been not as much in these past few years than it has. What do you think that's all about?
People are turning into spineless, gutless blobs.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Everything's being so easy, becoming so easy to do. If they have to do more than push a fucking button, then they're probably not going to do it.
It's just sad.
Yeah.
It's not that there's been a crackdown or anything. Just people just aren't going out there.
Yeah.
Well, graffiti's been popping off. I mean, graffiti's always... Whenever society is going down, graffiti always pops up.
Well, there's a difference between graffiti and street art.
Right.
There will always be graffiti as
There'll
far
be
as guys doing
tagging,
pieces and stuff
yeah.
like that. But as far as people putting messages
That's
out
what
there,
we're
like
talking
I
about,
used to do so much.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of my reasons was when I started doing the political stuff. Once it started getting so polarized, and I realized that, you know what, I'm either preaching to the crowd, preaching to the choir, or I'm not doing shit. I'm not. No one's gonna change their minds on the other side or anything like that. And the only thing it's really doing for me other than that is when I'm cutting the damn stencil or getting the piece ready, I'm thinking about it and I'm getting aggravated about it. It wasn't working for me.
I think the thing that I love the most when I see your pieces is that it's more of a comforting feeling. Because, like, when I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, so finally somebody gets it.
Thanks, bro.
No, really, that's... and I
It depends on who you are, though, really.
No, totally. For me, though, it's like, oh, okay. You know, and because sometimes I feel, especially now, people feel kind of isolated in their... We were isolated
especially
physically.
since the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah. Some people just never came back from that.
Yeah, and even in their heads, they might be going out, but they're still isolated in their heads. And anytime I see something like that, it makes me feel like I'm not alone. And I think that's what you provide is like, even if, you know...
Someone out there who's just so crazed by the shitty stuff that they're willing to, you know, make a mark and at least try to find some kind of, you know, relation or, you know.
You're saying to every one of people like me, you're not alone.
Exactly.
And I'm here too.
Yeah.
And that, honestly, just that in itself is enough to make a lot of people happy, so I appreciate it.
Thank you, Franklin.
I like that I know you when I see stuff. Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah. I know this guy. What's the sketchiest place you've done street art?
Well, the spot that I did where the guy chased me down with a hatchet was right at on Franklin and Highland.
That's right. Oh, that's where...
You know, I mean, downtown, this guy, you know, sat there and robbed another guy in front of me at gunpoint. He never actually pointed the gun at me, you know, but when he was like moving around at times, like if he would have accidentally shot it, I might have caught in a bullet. But and there was a big fight when I was on Sunset and is that Cahuenga right there, Sunset and Cahuenga?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Jack in the Box that used to be there. I was doing the box right in front of there with it was a Tom Petty piece after he passed away. And some dudes were getting into a nasty, nasty fight right there in the parking lot. And you just don't look.
Yeah. If
you want to be cool and the guys that are surrounding them, or if there's someone on each side or the other or whatever that's, you know, either backing the guy that's beating the other guy up or whatever, you just don't look over there.
Yeah.
You just make like that ain't even going on, and they don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know? Of course, I'm a, you know, 6'2", 190-pound white guy, you know, 40, 50 years old.
And you know the karate.
I'm not a young lady that's, you know, like attractive or something like that. You know, it'd be a lot different story.
Well, I think you're attractive.
But yeah, when I was at Hollywood.
Don't sell yourself short.
When I was in Highland and Franklin, I finished doing the box, and I was had my stuff all together, and I was getting ready to go across the street, and I was going back to take a picture with my phone, and all of a sudden I hear this, "What are you doing? Who are you? Who are you?" And I'm like, "What's that?" And then I leaned over to look around the side of the box, you know, the direction the sound was coming from, and by the time I saw the dude, he was like run walking towards me and was about as far away as that light right there.
Yeah.
And he had the hatchet up.
Oh my God.
And
Jesus.
I started kind of backing up, and he kind of started going faster and took a swing, and if I hadn't have slipped it, he would have sunk that thing right into my forehead.
Oh God.
Damn.
So I took off running, and he was chasing after me with the hatchet, and I'm like, dude, I painted that box. I'm an artist. I painted that box. I was taking pictures of the box. And we were coming up to the light right there, and it had changed, and so this this white SUV stopped at the light, and it was like an older black guy that was driving. I remember seeing his eyes, and so he started slowing down. So I started slowing down, and he was like, "You did the box? What do you mean?" He goes, "Let me see your phone." You know, because I told him I was taking pictures or whatever, and so I showed him my phone. I was like, "See, look, I did the box. See, box." He goes, "Oh man, you did the artwork on the box." I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Cool, man." You know, and so gave him the fist bump, and off he went, peaceful as could be. And then I looked over at the the guy in the white SUV, and he was just like. I was just like, dude, what am I supposed to do? Some of my friends were like, dude, as soon as he stopped, and when he put the hatchet like right here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And like, dude, why don't you just take off running? Because on the off chance the dude happens to be good at throwing hatchets.
Yeah.
And he splits the back of my fucking head open or nails me right in the middle of the back.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
No. So that was actually the sketchiest. And after that, I'm a knife specialist. I have a collection of knives.
No, you showed me.
Yeah.
Hey, Franklin, you used to do a lot of street art. You know, did you run into any kind of dangerous situations, or did people fuck with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I seen the smile.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I think there's a lot of trying to think of the worst one. Well, everything that bad happened in Texas. Cause like
oh my God,
we were on the highway there. I forget.
Oh, they're not very tolerant.
Franklin
in
went
Texas,
across
dude.
the country to do, you know, some street art across the country,
Yeah,
right?
Dude, what are you doing? Are you fucking hosting over there?
Yeah,
This is their fucking show.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Suffice to say, we had a little interaction with one of the police officers.
Was it police or sheriff? I'm sorry. Here I go.
No, that's a good question. I don't know. He had a cowboy hat on. No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a sheriff.
Yeah, no, he's scared of.
Dude, sheriffs can get away with a lot more fucking crazy shit than police can.
Yeah,
He scared me. And Joshua, I was with, he's Jewish. And I said to Josh, I said, don't tell anybody you're Jewish. Don't tell anybody. And we were putting a 10-footer on that billboard right on the highway there. Yeah, we paced 10 foot, and you know it's 2 pieces, so it takes a while to put it up. And I'm just, you know, at first I said, Josh, you go out there and start it. I'm sitting in the car because I was really kind of frightened. But he stopped us and he threatened to like, you know, take us into the car and do all the things and book us. But he saw our plates were from California. And I just explained to him, hey, we're doing a movie and we're going to take it down right after we do it. And so he drove off and Josh was like, we're really taking it down? I went, no, why? Why would we take it down?
No, that's about the best thing you can say, really.
Yeah. You know, I tried to be real, but
it's a lot more believable out here, but in Texas,
that was the truth.
No, the California license plate is what saved you there.
Yeah,
Sure.
and in Oklahoma, we were going around the neighborhood, knocking on doors, seeing if we could sit in anybody's couches and talk to them. And
that was on you. That was on you. That was. You set yourself up to be arrested for that one. That was a you thing right there.
Well,
Did anybody look?
Yeah.
well,
I've seen the movie. I didn't see any couches, man.
Yeah.
no. So all that was cut out, but you may have seen the Jehovah Witness that we met. We knocked on her door, and then she followed us in her truck.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so like we're knocking on.
Yeah, you knocked on her door.
And we knocked on her door. Yeah. And
The
like,
plot twist. Hit it with the Uno reverse.
it was so fun.
Yeah,
Now the
feels
ball's in your
motherfucker.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, it's so interesting. Do you know I'm a Jehovah Witness? Would you? And they were like, we're going. We're making our way down the street. She follows us in her car.
No.
And she stops us. Yeah, and I'm putting, do you remember I had those little flags and I would put them in the yards, like they're the little ones that you put like for electric fences or something. And I would put my face on them. I put them on every yard.
Awesome.
And she stopped us while we were doing it, and she goes, hey, guys, I just wanted you to know. And she handed us books of the Jehovah Witness and then drove away. And she says, you know where I live, don't you? And I was like, yeah, we just knocked. Is
that
on the
threat?
door." Yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
like,
right? Yeah.
but a cop, she called the cops, and the cop came, and he said, all right, guys, we're getting some reports. You're knocking on doors, something. You know? And he goes, and I had my 8x11 faces, you know, I'm putting up. And he goes, I'm going to have to take down all your information. And you know, I don't have my wallet. I don't have anything on me. And so I just turned over one of the wheat pastes on, and I wrote a bunch of gibberish. And I was like, we live, da-da-da-da-da. And he looked at it. He goes, all right, well, we'll be in touch. And then he got in his car. Haven't heard from him since. But somebody did, because I put a fake number on there.
Well, you know what? In your movie, man, where I love the part that you were sitting on the bench and you found a guy that was dressed exactly like you, man.
In
was
New
that
York.
like? Yeah, was that like? That wasn't planned, right? I mean, what are the chances?
Because New York is crazy. You get, and I'm from the East Coast, so it's kind of like there's the off chance you're gonna find somebody similar, and that was I want to find. I didn't want to find him, but I found
Your doppelganger.
I found him. Yeah, it ended up
Did
being.
you gang his doppelganger?
Yeah.
He ended up giving me the whole line that I've used since then. The journey is not the destination is the journey line. He's the one who gave me that.
Oh,
That's awesome.
And I took it from that, and since then I've been using
That's
it.
just some like
Serendipity.
Fate.
yeah, some synchronicity kind
But
of
it brings
stuff
me to
going on.
like, don't you think deer should wear reflector vests?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I agree. Holy shit, especially going through Texas. My goodness.
That's what I mean. That was my segue.
Especially if oh my God, if you're going on like not on the interstate, like I forget what it was running alongside it and then went up to Waco and everything, but because they don't have as the deer are more brave to go and brazen to go and just standing out in the middle. I came close. I feel 3 times to just plowing right into.
You know what? I say not just vests, give them guns too. Let's make it a fair fight.
Maybe even the homeless. Put
Well, you're gonna have to
reflective vests
design
on them,
that
too.
trigger system a little bit differently, okay?
Yeah,
feel
we'll
like
figure it
the,
out.
Deer crossing
Because they got a
sign,
hoof.
There's like a lot you
like a
can
hoof.
do with that
Yeah.
for
See that?
street
Hoof.
art, man.
Hoof.
Yeah.
Hoof.
You're asking
Are you
me.
Why'd you do
barking
it?
Yeah, a little bit.
You ever think about stenciling a deer?
Ooh.
Animal stencils?
Well, he
I've
does lot
stenciled
of
a bunch of animals at this point.
No, but
actually.
like actually stencil the animals.
But with a reflector
on the
vest.
animals?
Yeah.
Yes, I've actually done it on a dog.
Oh.
Yeah,
And it was and people who listening, like if you're Peter or whatever, it was a dog-safe fucking spray paint, okay? I don't want to get your emails again, all right?
Yeah.
I was
What-
at this, I'm sorry,
No, go.
some kind of dog park thing or whatever. Where was it? Doesn't matter where it was, somewhere in here in LA. And they had this booth set up for me, and I made some stencils specifically to spray on dogs.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a favor I was doing for this guy. And then, sure enough, after that, I got a
There's always one PETA guy in the crowd.
couple emails
a
about,
PETA.
I'm going to report you for, this, that, and the other. And it was like, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
I look forward to talking to whoever needs to talk to me. And while we wait, I'd like for you to suck a bag of dicks.
Yeah. Speaking of collabs, I wonder if you knew this. You know George Bush paints now? You know this?
What?
George Bush is like a painter now.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I
Oh,
know
knew
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Would you ever do a collab with George?
George Bush?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
You know why?
What
Yeah.
about Hunter Biden?
He's also a pioneer.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Hunter Biden?
I actually want to party with Hunter Biden. That's what I want to do.
yeah.
Dude, I don't have any problems with either of those guys. If you were to ask me the same thing about Agent Orange, nah.
You know what? I think if Bush hasn't done it, he needs to make a 9/11 painting. He's got to. That would be like the highest grossing painting of all time. And he's leaving so much money on the table if he doesn't make a 9/11 painting.
I did do a painting collaboration with Justin Zackham. He's the guy who wrote the bucket list.
Okay.
And he had this idea, and he asked me if I could paint it, and I was like, sure, man, that's a great idea. And I added a couple of things myself, but there's a painting that's that they'll put in the White House if it's a Republican president, or maybe it stays in there, but it's called the Republican Party, and it has all these past presidents sitting at a table.
Yeah.
And so he's like, picture that, but with Trump and Paul Manifold and
Reagan,
Manifold. I'm thinking of my old cars and shit. And like Rudy Giuliani and the brothers and so I put them all in there. And then my little caveat that I added there was some of them you could plainly see they're wearing the orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And then some of them you had to kind of look and see, and the only way you could tell on Trump was on his sleeve, the very end of his sleeve, under his clothes, was an orange jumpsuit.
Nice.
And this was done in 2018.
Nice.
And I did this, knowing at that time that he probably wasn't ever going to get charged or anything like that. That was the information that I was getting. But I went ahead and did it anyway, and I still have it.
Nice.
Oh,
And
sick.
and you know what? Like I said, I try to stay away from the political stuff these days. But I would like to say something as far as like presidents go. I think that the president should at least not be driven by terrorism.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I agree with that.
If you look at the presidents, like Joe Biden, he looks like this grandpa who falls apart every once in a while.
More
But
than
is
once.
kind and is very,
every
by
morning.
the law and everything.
Yeah.
And there are very few things that I like about Trump. He happened to help the UFC, get established.
Yeah.
So I've got
It's pretty good.
I've got
pretty
respect
good.
for him for
Pretty
helping out
good.
with that.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
But he uses terrorism as his mechanism to get his message across. He's a terrorist.
People were afraid of America during the Trump years. Man. They were just like, we have no idea what this guy's gonna do.
Well,
Well, we got to do your question. We got to wrap things
yeah,
up.
no. To wrap up, I wanted to go around.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're
That's
good.
all right. Yeah, we were in the moment.
No, this
But
is
if we're gonna do it
great.
anywhere, that's the place to do it, right? Right
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the ass end.
Yeah.
So to wrap. Oh yes, baby. To wrap up, I'm hard. To wrap. Now I'm ticklish. To wrap up,
I wasn't doing anything.
I thought I would go around and ask each one of you, what's one moment in your life or someone else's life that you would like to re-experience, and what thoughts keep you up at night? You can answer one of those because we have a time limit.
Yeah.
And you go first, teacher.
There was an experience in Amsterdam that involved my wife and young lady.
Yeah,
That'd be nice again.
I would like that one too.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too,
Yeah.
No, that's good.
We can imagine.
The things that keep me up at night and the moment I would like is actually the same time. I would like to witness the first time that Franklin watched turtle porn, man.
You know what?
Great
Keeps
answer.
me up at night.
Boy, that's a close one of mine for me. Yeah.
You know what? The moment I want to relive hasn't lived yet, but I want to be the day that Franklin gets laid for the first time with a
man.
human.
Oh my God.
With a human.
Hey,
with a human.
They need to make sure they have an EMT close
He's
by.
had opportunities.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
whoever it's going to be is going to get blasted across the room from the pressure valve release.
Yeah.
I mean, good grief.
Yeah.
So that person whoever
still
he's
got that
with,
purity
as
ring?
well as having an
do.
EKG and a defibrillator for my brother Franklin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank, you got an answer? Then we'll end things.
Yeah, I'd like to know what intercourse is like with Ron Reynolds and his wife.
Great statement.
But intercourse in general would be good too.
All right. Franklin and Cyrus podcast. This has been episode 3. James, where can they find you?
Follow us at PTTP Show and give us a review on iTunes, man.
Hell's
This
yeah.
dude is Shenanigans Music also.
Yeah.
Jams OG.
Yeah. And then it's at Teachr.
Yeah, Teacher one.
Teacher at Teacher1.
And there's no E, right? At the end, it's T-A.
Teacher
No,
drops
I took the E.
Oh, you did take the...
No E. At Teacher, no E. And then Franklin, FM the third.
They'll find me.
And then Franklin Cyrus podcast, YouTube, Spotify, all the good stuff. Thank you so much. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You guys take care.